That's right. Welcome back to Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. You're listening to us on irlonestar.com.
Yes, you are. Or Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1.
Yes.
Or if you're really in the know, you got our app and you're listening to us 24/7. Easy play. I mean, that to me is the easy button, right?
Yes.
Find us in your app store.
Lone Star Internet Radio.
Thank you so much, Jen. Yeah, so thanks so much for tuning in. Every Saturday morning, 8 to 9, you can find Jen and I just kind of having some fun, kicking back, sharing about everything going on in our area. That's Conroe, Montgomery, Woodlands, North Houston. We just
all
love
of Montgomery County.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
See, she
Yes.
always makes sure I got it all.
That's what I'm here for. Keep you straight.
So if you're just tuning in, got to tell you, we have got a special guest that's joining us in the studio live today, Mr. Texas Joe Bailey. And what is so awesome is not only is he a great talent, but he is a busy man. And he made time for us on a Saturday morning. I got to tell you, I don't think it takes much for people to realize if you're a musical artist, I think you're pretty busy at night. So getting up in the morning, that's not an easy task. And I'm so thankful he was able to join us. And I'm so glad y'all are going to get plugged in. If you haven't heard of him, you're going to love him today. We're going to have a little bit of his music, and then I think he's going to play something live for us that you're going to want to stay tuned.
Woo!
So yes, Jen and I were talking about before that with everything going on with our week, a lot of things for the summertime that for us, we were doing VBS with our church, and it kind of reminded us of VBS memories. So I thought, why not, of course, have our top 3 all around it? What do you think?
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah, we're going to do a little, what I like to call, little summertime memories. Top 3 memories of our summertime. And, okay, I'm sorry. That's a little old school song that I like. Anyway, summertime memories. So our top 3 summer memories growing up. All right, so Jen, you kick it off. What are one of your top 3s?
Why don't you kick it off this week? I always kick it off, so let's switch it up.
Man, all right. Thing is, listeners, you may not know, but we don't really share a lot of these with each other, so it's this little sneak peek, and coincidentally, that's perfect time because that happens to be one of my favorite songs to skate to, which is one of my favorite top 3 memories.
Hey.
Roller skating, Dairy Ashford roller skating rink off of Dairy Ashford and Westheimer. Y'all, that's in Houston. Anyway, went there growing up. In the summertime, we got to do, more or less get dropped off in the afternoon and stay till the night. We got to do the night skate. I think there was an even all-night skate that I got to stay late for. Not all night. I wasn't allowed to do that. But it was so much fun. So I love roller skating. And I mean, to this day, I'm an old school skater. I'm not inline. I'm totally showing you my cheese right now. But yeah, if I see a roller skating rink, I will totally try to get on it.
Well, fun.
And so will Chris. And Chris is good, too. And so I can't beat him, which is really sad. It really makes me mad.
Yeah, I'm not a skater.
Not a skater at all? You didn't try it?
Well, yeah, I mean, back in the day, I used to.
But you did skateboard.
And I did do the all-night, the lock-ins at the skating rink.
And you did?
Yeah, but it was that was just where we went to hang out.
Okay.
We didn't skate. We hung out.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just hung out with
us? We played video games.
See, okay. That's all right. I did not know that. All right.
Played pool.
They had a pool table at the skating. Where is the skating rink?
At Rainbow Roller Rink here in Conroe.
Oh, they do have one.
Yeah.
And I have been to Rainbow, and it is funny because I've got some girls that have, and of course their children, when they have skate parties, they call us. They're like, "You coming?" I was like, "You know it." And they're like, "Can you invite Chris? Because he always he gets out there." Yeah, we're grown and we can't help it. Anyway, yeah, so that's one of my favorite memories from summertime. Just
you revert to childhood when the two of you are together.
We really do. Always.
I know. I've been around you.
Always and forever. All right. What about you? What are one of your top 3s?
Astroworld.
You know what? You are so right. Listen to me. I completely forgot. But in my defense, some of the roller coasters are a little freaky. What was that one?
I didn't really like a lot of the roller coasters, but we always got season passes every year.
Really?
Yeah, and we would go a lot.
Even on this side of town? So you lived on this side of town, you'd still go down there?
Yes. Girl, I've always lived over here.
I'm like, wow, that's commitment there. That's some love. But I guess it was the big thing. It was the only thing here, back in the day, too.
Yes.
Now they've got, of course, the Splash Town. Then we've got Typhoon and stuff. But what did you love to do? You just love hanging out, playing pool?
Yeah. No, I don't like to go upside down. That totally freaks me out. I'm afraid I'm going to fall out or something. I don't know. But like my little brothers, they love that stuff. So they would do all of those. But I actually like the ones that spin. I like to spin.
Yeah. See, I like to be the one on the ground holding the purses. So I totally am with you. I was all for it. And then one time went to Fort Bend County Fair and some ride messed me up really bad, and ever since I'm like from a distance. Now, when I took my son to Disney, I had to really man up and get that courage to go on stuff and do things I wouldn't normally do. But that was only because, it was a once in a lifetime, trip. Who goes to Disney?
My mom that's exactly right. My mom and I were discussing this last night. We were talking about Astroworld, and I actually enjoy roller coasters more now as an adult than I did when I was younger.
Really? All right. Well, we're going to have to, well, I
guess I've become a little more fearless in my older age.
And that's totally different than most people. They start wild and then tame it down, but you're tamed to wild?
I guess.
Oh, wow.
I've always been kind of wild, though.
I was about to say, I'm like, I find that hard to believe, but can't wait.
You've met my son, so you do realize that I have no choice but to become wild now.
Your son is hilarious. I love him. And he is so blooming sweet. Every time I go to this young lady's house, who greets me at my car? Okay? Who greets me at my car? You get in the parking, or, in the driveway. Mm-hmm. I open the door. Little man's right there giving me hugs, asking me how I am. I mean, she is doing it right. So, more or less, if you want, you can have mine for a week or two, do a little boot camp action so he can, no?
There's been a lot of changes in your boy.
Oh, I know.
In the past year.
He is growing, I know. Yeah. He's definitely going into the teenage years. So all those parents out there, definitely keep me in your prayers. All right. So that being said, moving on with the top threes. Okay, so my next top three. All right. So yes, roller skating growing up. Another thing, and I think you'll relate to this, some of our younger listeners may not, playing in the neighborhood till the sun came down at dark. It was wonderful. We'd play like baseball. I'd walk around the neighborhood over to see my friends, do my thing, whatever. And we'd play capture the flag. Do you remember that game?
Yes.
I loved it so much. And it was just hilarious, and being able to do that all the time, it was wonderful. Loved the summertime, being able to do it. Now I wouldn't, necessarily let my boy
right.
do what you want. Come back by the time the sun's down. No, not going to do it. But it was wonderful growing up, being able to have fun with my brother and then our neighborhood kids. So loved it. Gave me a little bit, made me feel free, like a freedom, independent.
There you go.
And I tried skateboarding going back one day, and it lasted about 5 minutes. So I know I could never do that, but other than that, I love riding the bicycle, doing all the stuff. I'm not great at any of it, but I love doing it. You know what I mean? Let me turn off my ringer here. Bad girl. All right. So if you're listening, top three summer memories that we have from growing up for Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Mer. Jen, give me your other one.
Okay. Well, my next one kind of goes along with what you just said, but I always loved to go to my granny and pops in the summer, and my cousins lived right next door, so we always spent a lot of time together. Now, I grew up out here, and my grandparents' neighborhood was not paved until I was 15 years old. Okay?
Really?
So that's what we did, is we played in the middle of the road, in the dirt.
Really?
All day long.
And it was good.
It was good. We loved it.
I had fun all the
running through the woods and
yeah, and that's so funny because that reminds me too how when you're little you don't think of when right now with the rain, if it started getting real high water, we'd walk around barefoot in the water, just walking everywhere.
Yes.
And now
and we would walk through the ditches and pick up crawdads.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so hilarious. Crawdads out here
in the ditch? Yeah.
Huh.
They're little usually. They're little. I mean, I'm not going to boil them up and eat them, but
one at a time. I could just see Honey walking around. Now you get out there and you could give me a whole bucket full by the end of the day.
She doesn't even like crawfish.
Oh, she doesn't. It took me a while to love crawfish, but like I said, once you pull your hair up, get a straw for your drink, I'm ready to roll. So I think if she didn't have to peel it, would she eat it, or she just doesn't like it at all?
I don't think she likes it at all.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Sorry, totally random, but I had to find that out.
Do you suck the heads?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I know. I'm not that brave. Okay. So back to the top 3. My last
Yes.
one,
Come on with it.
okay, Surfside Beach. We used to go there
yeah,
every
fun.
summer. I loved it. And it was kind of like a roller coaster in itself because do you remember that bridge right there at Surfside? It's huge.
Yes.
And it's still huge today. Like I still, if I have to go over that huge bridge, I still am like, all right, take a breath because it's so tall. And I guess I have a little heights problem. I don't know. I don't like to say afraid of heights, but
Right.
you know, I'm certainly aware of it. So once you get over that bridge, it's a beautiful place there. The Tube Inn, there's cheeseburger spot. There's like an old purple building. I think it's still there. Like I love Surfside Beach, and it was so much fun being able to just go right there. And there wasn't a lot of or you know, a lot of people. It was really nice, and I did get bit by. Yeah, I did get bit by something, which is like a little well, not a crawfish, but like a crab. So that's where, you know, my thing with the water
Are
started.
you sure it was a crab?
I don't know. I was like 6, so I don't remember really, you know, but it was definitely
So it
something.
could have been just a fish, just that brushed up past you.
I really hope not, because I was sitting in the sand up on the water when it was coming in. We got flying fish up in Galveston. What's going on? That's new. That's new.
You never know.
That's
You never
true.
know.
Hey, I'm sure there's something wild out there. But yes, so I loved going to Surfside Beach, and that's where one of my favorite memories growing up. So what about yours? The top 3.
Okay, I guess my last top 3 would be traveling.
Oh.
When I was in high school, 2 different years, I got the opportunity to travel. And one year I got to go to stay with some cousins of mine in Kentucky, and they took me to Tennessee, and that was actually my first time to fly. I flew home. And then the next year, I went to Mexico on a mission trip. So,
Really?
yes.
And how old were you?
14 the first year and 15 the second year.
That is so great. See, and to be able to do that kind of stuff when you're younger, I bet that was so awesome to kind of see that side of the world.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't get to travel till I was a little bit older as far as, you know, outside of my, you know, your teenage world. So you just think everything's about, you know, easy access, even back then, you know.
Right.
You know, it's even now more so. But that's so great. Well, no wonder you're Miss Mature and wise.
Oh, yes. So,
I'm buttering her up, guys, because I got something in store for her later.
by the way, Honey said, crawfish is too much work. Give me the shrimp.
And deal. But you got to peel the shrimp too, honey. I don't understand that one, Mama. But okay, I'll take it.
It peels a lot easier.
That's what I hear, you know. And I love shrimp. My little man doesn't, so I haven't had it in a while. So when I do, I'm like, man, this is good. Because you know how when your kids don't like it, you don't always keep it in the house because it's pointless. It's like,
No, I don't know about that.
She is so hilarious. I'm telling you. And one of the funniest things about Jen, I just got to share from BBS. Now, one thing, of course, she's a regulator because if you hadn't caught on, she's a little bit more of the grid. Hello. But she's like the best kid bouncer in the world. And I'm going to tell you this because her eyes they speak volumes. I mean, it's amazing. And then all she has to do is stand up. And I am telling you, any child from the age of any child up until the age, even 18-year-old, I'm telling you, they're going to sit down. It's hilarious watching this woman. Anytime we had someone, we were like, they're not listening. Jen would be like, just let me look at them. And bam, it's done. She may have scared a couple, but she didn't mean to. She just wanted to make sure everybody was staying on track, and we had a great time doing it.
Okay, let's clarify that one of the kids I scared was my own.
That is true. And it was she's just so funny. I mean, not with, her scariness, but just hilarious watching her. Because then she's going to town. She knows all the moves. I love Jen. She is the regulator that knows all the dance moves to BBS. And it's just the best combination in the world. She is all woman, man. She'd be like, big eyes to you one, and then she'd move over and do the shuffle. That was so hilarious. Okay, so listeners, Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Meredith. I'm your girl, Meredith, and we've got Jennifer here. Of course, we're here every Saturday morning, sharing from 8 to 9, reaching out to our listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. as well as irlonestar.com, and we've got the app. We have a special treat today. Texas Joe Bailey is in the house. Woo woo! And what's exciting is it's our first musical artist, and he's wonderful. I've had the opportunity to know about him, so when I shared to Jen, she was all over it. We've been planning on having him in for months, and luckily he had time in his schedule, even though, he is, burning at both ends, because last night he was out, of course, performing. He's here with us this morning, so he's awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. Really looking forward to having him. I think he's going to be filling us in on all his upcoming shows, some of the song info, and then maybe stick around for a little fun afterwards.
Awesome.
All right, so listeners, you're going to want to stay tuned. We've got more coming up of Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth next. Thanks so much for tuning in this week, guys. Be sure to check us out every Saturday live, 8 to 9 on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. Also on irlonestar.com. But more importantly, subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear. Leave us your comments, right? Yeah. We want to hear from you, all right? Check us out online, too. Where can they find us online? Damn it, woman, that's what you're supposed to say, the social media. Grit and Grace Texas at gmail.com. Online, all our social media platforms are at Grit and Grace Texas. Be sure to connect with us, guys.